The industry of entrepreneurship and knowledge sharing is only growing and growing. And what's increasing? Competition. And how do you stand out in the competition? Become outstanding in your skill. You might be really good at what you do. You might be really experienced in your subject. But can you only be good? You gotta be great. You gotta be outstanding at what you do. And that's why I'm here with this video. Hi, I'm Diya Asrani and I'm a personal branding coach, and if you really like what you see, then do subscribe to my channel to know more on personal branding, building your online presence and becoming a powerful leader in your industry. In this video, I wanted to specially talk about something that a lot of entrepreneurs need to know: how to be outstanding in your skill. Now you might say, I have 30 years of experience, I have 10 years of experience, I have so many years of experience, I've been doing this for so long. But nobody comes to me. Why? Because you might be good at what you do. You might be really good at what you do, but are you great? Are you outstanding at it? That's something that you need to master. Now, it's not about being, I need to reach perfection. No, you don't need to. And I say this in every video, you don't need to reach perfection. You just need to build your power to own that niche or to own that industry so that you become outstanding and people choose you because you're so good at it. Okay? So I wanted to share 7 really powerful tips, or rather I would say, powerful things that you really need to focus on when it comes to building and becoming outstanding in your skill. Now, the word outstanding itself tells you something that, you got to be amazing in it, right? Now, how do you be amazing in it? How do you, take things forward in your journey? The very first thing that I want to talk about is learn the power of unlearning. This is not taught to us in school, right? When we go to college, when we go to school, get a certification, we are not told that, you need to unlearn a few things to learn more, okay? Now, when you learn something in your journey of learning or schooling or, wherever, education or anything, okay? You're only learning and taking in information. But suppose if you need to change a few things in your journey, you need to change the way you see certain things. You got to unlearn a few things so that you make space for new things that come in the way. Okay. So, for example, suppose we are looking at something in, entrepreneurship or something in social media marketing. Okay. Now, trends keep changing. You're learning the trends, right? But then tomorrow, something changes in the trend and you need to actually unlearn those things. You have to do it. You don't have a choice. Just because you know so much doesn't mean it stops at that. You have to unlearn that and learn something that works with the times that are changing. Okay, now you say, I don't follow trends, I just go with what I do. See, you have your own strategy, your own system. But how do you make it special for that person? How do you make people join you? And how do you make them choose you over the others? Is how you put your point across in terms of your industry. Not just go on Google and find out things. So you have to be okay to unlearn things. You have to see people's perspectives, people's way of, thoughts and beliefs around the subject. But you need to unlearn a few things so that people see your perspective and they understand why are you doing it in a certain way. Okay? That's the first thing that you need to know when it comes to becoming outstanding in your skill. Unlearn. Okay? It's very powerful as a skill. The second thing is dive deep into the topic. A lot of entrepreneurs, trainers and coaches do this. They say, I know this much. I know about marketing. I know about content. I've just gone through some courses and that's all. I've just been through that. And there's nothing more that I need because now I have all the information. Learning never ends. You got to dive deep into the subject. It's like a funnel. Okay, so when you actually go on this journey of finding your niche, your industry, you have to not only stop at the surface level, you have to dive deep into understand how does this topic really work as a concept for people. Is it something that is feasible? Is it something that is sustainable? Is it something that people want? You have to look at it from that direction and see how you can approach it in a better sense. Okay, so diving deep is very important. Researching on every aspect. They say, research, it's never ending. You have to keep researching. Till today, I research on personal branding. Till today, I research on marketing, on content marketing, on building an online presence. I know I'm not going to stop at that. I might be good at something, right? but I need to go dive deeper into that so that I become better at when I'm, say, expressing myself and talking to people or sharing some information with you, so that I know that I am well read and I know that, okay, I can help you in this journey. That's the second tip, diving deep, okay, to really understand your topic. The third thing is follow and learn from experts. A lot of people have this mind block. They say, why every time when I see a masterclass, they are only selling. They only sell at the end. Selling is everyone's dharma. If you have something that you can offer people, that can help people on the journey, then you have every right to sell. You can judge me for whatever I'm saying, but you have every right to sell. People are not bad. Entrepreneurs are not bad because they are selling, or it's not fair or anything that they're selling. In fact, it's unfair that they are not selling. It's not about being unfair with the person who is listening to that person, but it's also to be unfair on your own self and your knowledge and your stories and everything that you're doing, you're putting across there. Okay, so you need to sell. So that's why they say that when you look at other experts, how they do it, okay, you might see them selling at the end. You might see that they are focused on certain masterclasses, webinars. They're showing you how they train, how they coach people, how they help people in a certain thing. They have maybe a 3-day intensive, right? And at the end, they're selling. So what? It's your choice whether you need to continue the journey and buy that product or buy that service and invest in that coach or the trainer. So you need to see how experts take it forward, what they have already gone through. Okay, there are a lot of experts in the field who will tell you, I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I do, which is true because they have learned it the hard way. So they know that if you do a certain thing in a certain way, like what you're doing currently, and they did the same thing, they made the mistake, right? They don't want you to make the mistake. That's why you need to follow people who have already been there and done that. Okay, and everyone does it. The best of the best people have mentors and coaches, and they get going with actually understanding from them and seeing their perspective and understanding how they can actually help that person in the journey. Okay. Now, the fourth thing is apply before supplying. What I mean by this is apply it on yourself. Whatever you're planning, the strategy, the program, is it making sense to you? Try and apply it in your branding. So suppose if it's personal branding for me, I had to apply my entire strategy to actually get out and put it out there to people, to my clients, so that they can experience the same thing. I wanted to see whether it will work on me, whether it's something that I can rework on, right? If there's some content that I need to change, for example, I can do that, right? But I had to see that before I actually supply it to people. Now, I'm not saying playing safe. You anyway have to go and take the risk and share it with people. They will give you feedback and they will tell you that you can do this, you can add this. Till today I have a community of members who are still telling me, Diya, we can add this. Maybe Diya, we can even add this also. We can put this in the course. We can download this PDF or whatever. They give ideas, right? I'm constantly working on it so that I give them the best. Okay. So you need to understand, to be outstanding, you have to apply it on yourself before you can supply it to people. Now you can supply version 1, which is absolutely okay, but you first need to see, is it working for you? Only if it's working for you, it's something that you have solved, you have seen through, only then it'll work for others. Because it is fail proof, and it's something that even if it's got a 50% chance of improving, it's worth it, right? That's the thing of being outstanding in your skill. All right. The fifth point that I want to talk about is take one step every day. I believe in the 1% habit that we all need to build. So if you are really a person who's looking to do something small every day and take things to the next level, then you can actually take 15 minutes a day just to learn your skill or to master your skill. It just takes 15 minutes. Okay. Now you can move on to half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour. That's completely your call. But I'm just telling you that if you are pressed with time, right, your 1% strategy works really well, wherein just 1% of a day is what you need to actually master a skill throughout the year. So just imagine 1% every day, that's 365% for the year, because 365 days, and you have that much of improvement that you're going to be seeing throughout the year just by taking that action every day. Just imagine 15 minutes. That's it you need. You need only 15 minutes in those how many ever hours in a day that you're productive. You need 15 minutes. So you can either build your learnings, you can, learn the skill better, you can master it in those 15 minutes, or you can, practice it on somebody in 15 minutes, or you can, write something in 15 minutes, change a content piece in 15 minutes. There's so many things that you can do just in 15 minutes, right? If you plan it right. Okay, that really worked for me because I have always been a person who didn't want to, give my full day just doing certain things. I said, okay, I need to work with this in chunks so that it becomes better for me to take things forward in my journey. Okay. Then my sixth one is get feedback. This is a very tough thing that a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of trainers, coaches actually face. They say that, how do I get feedback? I usually say that the usual first 5 to 10 people whom you interact with, they should be giving you feedback that is first of all unbiased, and secondly, it's feedback that you can at least work with, and you can probably improve on certain aspects in your whatever you're doing, your content or your program or your course or whatever you're putting out there. Okay, so I strongly believe that it's very, very important that you get people's perspectives. Okay, now some people might be really brash. They might just tell you, look, this is really bad. Okay, but if it's like, people who are giving you unbiased feedback, wherein, it's called sandwich feedback, where they give you the good things, the not so good things, and, the things that really need a lot of importance, right? So you need to take that and consider that to get your feedback and to improve on your brand or improve on your strategy or whatever you are planning to do. Okay, it's very, very important to understand that if you understand others' perspectives, they know that you care. They know that you will change it because of that. Now, you'll find some people who will give you feedback like, oh yeah, it's good. Oh yeah, it's bad. No, I didn't like it. You need to ask them why. What actually was good? What actually was bad? What could have been better? And then you will get your feedback. Initially, you have to bend a little back to get the feedback more so that you can improve on your product or service. Okay? It's really about becoming outstanding. It's not about just becoming good at what you do. Everyone is good at what they do. Everyone's talented. But you need to excel in that. You need to excel in that to be really good at, what you're doing. Okay. And finally, the seventh point that I want to talk about is research on your competitors. A lot of people hesitate doing this. Oh, what will they think? They'll think I'm copying. They think I'm stalking them. They'll think, no, we all are, it's transparent. This entire industry is about transparency. If you don't have transparency, if you don't know how to interact with people, then when are you going to do business? Because tomorrow, you're doing, okay, say today you're doing you're working with, some research and you are going and checking out your competitors and all that. Tomorrow, you'll have other people who will check you as their competitor. Okay, so you will get there somewhere, sometime, right? But everybody has competitors. If you don't have competitors, then I don't know what you're doing in this industry. Okay, it's as simple as that. So whatever the topic is, you have competitors. In your own community, you might have competitors. Your own friend could be a competitor tomorrow. Who knows? But that doesn't make them bad. It's just that they also like the same thing. They also enjoy doing the same thing, just that they're doing it differently. Maybe they're doing some things better, and you can incorporate it, or you can follow it, or you can, make your version of it. That's how it works. And that's how it makes you outstanding. So you need to see how are they doing it, okay? And what can you incorporate in that, okay? Small thing, if you're building your website, okay? You will not get ideas out of the blue, right? You have to get some inspiration. So you go to your competitors' websites, you check out what they do. Now that doesn't mean you use the entire same thing what they have done. No, but you can at least take a perspective from them and say, oh, this is a very nice angle. Maybe I can do something like this. Maybe I can, package my content in such a way that I can do it this way. Do you see how amazing this whole thing of becoming outstanding at your skill is? It is very, 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 very important. Okay, and I said that many times, but yes, it is really important. All right. So you want to stand out in your industry, take these 7 quick steps, okay, or skills, or whatever you can call them, tips, or, I would say points that you need to take forward in your journey. But do take them seriously. Because if you want to be outstanding, you have to do things that a lot of people are not doing. Okay, and you are one of them, and I'm sure for that. So if you like this video, then do subscribe to my channel, get to know more on personal branding. I share a lot of information on it. You can go through my other videos as well, where I talk about similar things. And if you really like what you see, then do watch out for more updates on these videos, wherein I'll be sharing more on the same. I will see you around. Bye-bye.